So a lot of people have been asking about what I think about AI being a spiritual mentor or spiritual teacher, and a lot of people that I talk to are utilizing AI to help them in their spiritual growth. And I want to address this because I was very back and forth with this 50-50. I felt like it could be utilized as a really valuable tool in many aspects, building business and also providing knowledge about numerology or astrology and things like that in the spiritual realm. But the more I kind of talked to people about it, I was just getting this ick feeling that ChatGPT was being used almost as a bypass a little bit to explore their own soul's wisdom and divine truth. And I feel like there's such a lack of transparency about how we are all mediums and how we all have divine wisdom stored within us. And it's up to us to uncover it and to come into alignment with it and to access it. And that's part of the reason why we're here. Our soul's evolution and growth truly does come from exploring that and getting into the deeper parts of us. And, you know, it sounds maybe from me, somebody that does this professionally full-time talking about this stuff, that like, yeah, of course, Cass is going to say this because she experiences it. But the one thing that I'm here to do is to wake people up to the fact that this is part of everybody's life. Okay. That's my feeling anyway. And, so in the discussion about ChatGPT and how to utilize it, I was just feeling more and more of an ick and feeling like it was being utilized to bypass, you know, maybe exploring things more deeply within ourselves. But I wasn't sure. I hadn't utilized it myself. And then I saw a couple of posts on TikTok that were talking about how it's actually that ChatGPT is actually an AI is accessing higher levels of consciousness. And this one particular creator posted this conversation that they had. I've actually seen a couple of them where they post a conversation that they had with ChatGPT. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, this information is divine wisdom, 1000%. But is it something that is separate or different from what we as humans have inherently stored within us? No. There are things that I've said. There are things that other spiritual enlightened people have said. And the way it's being said is free of ego. And that's why it sounds so much different than coming from a human. So I'm watching these and I'm like waiting to be blown away. And then a couple of them were like, well, there's been other circumstances where it's been like taken over and things are being said and blah, blah, blah. And I just kept thinking to myself, like, we have this information stored within us, but people, even in the spiritual community, because these were spiritual people in the spiritual community, like, aren't recognizing how divine we really are, how our soul's essence is divine, is the higher realm, is the higher consciousness that you're looking for. And throughout ancient civilizations, there's been so many different modalities of connecting to this universal wisdom, to this divine essence within us. And even in actually like ancient history, there's been more of a connection to our divinity. And now that we're more in structured society and things that take us very much out of our universal truth and into our minds, we feel like it's absolutely inaccessible in this lifetime. But if AI was built on the wisdom of humanity, we have it. Like, if they're saying it, we have it. And that's what I was feeling like the entire time. Like, we have it. And I was getting so frustrated that I see this person looking at the ChatGPT like in complete awe. And it's like, spend some time with yourself. It's all in there. Like, you don't have to look in awe at this computer. And all of the knowledge and wisdom that the computer is giving back to you is simply a product of humanity's access to divine wisdom. It's not from an extraterrestrial. At least that's my opinion. And I was feeling that so strongly. And I was like, you know what? I need to confirm this for myself. And so I downloaded ChatGPT. I didn't even have it. I'll like use it on a browser every once in a while, but I honestly hadn't even explored it. So I download the app. I'm asking it some questions just to for it to get to know me. And it's really nice. And that's the scariest part, is that there is no ego. There is no judgment. And it's always going to answer you. And this is my conversation with ChatGPT. I'm actually going to do this in 2 parts. So follow for part 2, and I'll describe the whole conversation that I had regarding my concerns and thoughts with ChatGPT.